see to it that their welfare is always the paramount consideration in every decision that you make. So dapat ganon. Leadership by example. So that I should do and I will do. So una-una, salamat sa pag-imbita sa akin ng ating magaling na Provincial Director, si Colonel Tihada, at mga opisyalis natin dito sa Camarines Norte PPO. Ako po'y natutuwa at ako'y nakarating finally, for after 3 tries, na narating ko rin ang Camarines Norte to meet everyone here today. And of course, I won't get much of your time kasi umuulan. But isa lang, ano ba ang trabaho ng pulis? Alam natin yan because we were oriented in very early age of our service. Pagpasok pa lang, alam natin we enforce the law, prevent and control crime. Pero we should situate ourselves sa isang policing system. Ano nga ba ito? So, we always refer to the quad. Quad, we refer to the operations, investigations, intelligence, and PCR. So, this competency, so to speak, of the Philippine National Police should work hand in hand. Hindi pwedeng bahala si Intel, bahala si Invest, bahala lahat. No. In every situation that you are in, dapat ang intervention dito should be the core competency ng PNP. For instance, criminality or say ISO problem. ISO problem dito sa Camarines Norte. Medyo sabi natin, marami pa sila. But at least I'm happy to note na very active yung ating CSP by the Philippine Army, by the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and the RCSP, the Retold Community Support Program ng ating convergence. And it's very quiet. Kanina nga, ang aming escort officer, si Colonel Balandria, I'm happy to note na yung ating mga kababayan, they appreciate what the government is doing. Because our problem should be solved by the entire machinery of a nation. Hindi lang gobyerno, kundi lahat. Gobyerno at pribadong sektor ay nagtutulungan. That was contained our AO70. That metamorphose yung ating NTF-LCAC. From the National Task Force to the regional, to the provincial, to the municipal, to barangay. NTF, ending local armed conflict. So ano ito? Sa atin, always we bring the narrative. Wherever we go, always bring with you the message. We are the messenger of that particular, we are the messenger of the message. Paparting natin sa ating kababayan yung taos-pusong paglingap ng ating pamahalaan at ng pribadong sektor para mapabuti ang kalagayan ng ating mga kababayan. Marami sa ating mga kababayan na hindi naabot ng serbisyo. Totoo yan. At maraming tao rin na hindi alam kung paano magtrabaho ang gobyerno natin. So this time, our convergence, we are bringing in services to the doorsteps of our people. Sabi nga sa atin, those who have less in life may have more in law. Pati yung servisyo natin sa kanila. So tayo, as part of governance kasi our appointment ng ating Chief of Police, you cannot be appointed as Chief of Police unless the Mayor appoints you to be one, as such from the list of 5 nominees. And so with the PD. So kinakailangan may concurrence yung ating mga local government executives. That alone makes us a part of governance in that particular area. That's how important we are. That's how critical our role is, I should say. So, the moment we took our oath as police officers, we are leaders. Kung ikaw ay nagkolehiyo at ikaw ay bully, but this time, with that authority vested in you upon your oath taking, by that badge, by that gun issued to you by the government, you are clothed with authority. And that authority should be used properly. Never to abuse our people. Kasi we are public servants. Tayo ay lingkod bayan. Lingkod bayan na umaasa yung ating mga kababayan sa ating magagawa. So let us not deny that service to our people. To serve and protect. That is the dictum that we have to stand for. Bilang mga membro ng Kasurug Cups, the more that we should embrace yung ating community participation. Bilang kaibigan, bilang kakampi ng mga mamamayan dito sa Bicolandia. It's more than a tradition. It is a way of life. A partnership from the traditional way of doing things, but this time, this is inclusive. Inclusivity. We need our people to work with us, by our side, because what Robert Pila said, that the public's the police and the police is the public. That should be the kind of relationship that we have to establish with our people, because that way we are sure that people respects us because we respect them as well. Remember, whatever rank you have, respect can never be demanded. Kahit general ka pa, because it is earned. How do you earn respect and trust? Dapat, the first move must come from us as public servants. Show them that they can trust us, that we are trustworthy people. Yes, we are leaders by our appointment, but that kind of leadership must be felt more than said. So kinakailangan mga kasama, we are, because of the community and service-oriented policing, we are more than law enforcers. We have become role models. We have become community leaders in our localities. We start with ourselves, we start with our families, and so with our neighborhood and the entire society, entire community. So sabi nga ng isang Chinese philosopher, milya-milya man ang ating lahat talalakbayin. Lahat yan ay nagsisimula sa isang hakbang. A 1,000 miles journey begins with a single step. So keep on stepping towards our goal of a better Philippines, a peaceful and better Philippines. Peace and development come together. Without peace, there will be no development, and so on vice versa. So that's how important our role as police officers, law enforcers at that, role models, and community leaders. So importante yan na tayo ang magsimula, ipakita natin sa ating mga kababayan that we can be relied upon. That we can deliver quality services to our people. Regardless of who they are, regardless how much they have, regardless of what they believe in. Because we are government of laws and not of men. The respect, adherence to law is primordial. Because, sabi ko nga, ulitin ko, ours is a government of laws and not of men. Hindi ito anarkiya. Kung sinong malakas, magaling, siyang mangingibabaw. No. We are men of reason. And that, as servant leaders, ang strength ng police, we are everywhere. So please, wherever you are, whether in the middle of the street, you should stand by your creed of maka-Diyos, maka-tao, maka-kalikasan at maka-bansa. Andun lahat. Every Monday, we recite those things. More than recitation. That should be shown and felt by our people. We should be exemplars of good things because we are leaders of men. We should understand that because people rely upon us for security, as well as we rely from our community the support that we need. So it's always symbiotic relationship. Remember CSOP? Before we have COPS, Community-Oriented Policing System, but we have now CSOP, Community and Service-Oriented Policing, that makes a police officer beyond enforcers. We became role models, ulitin ko ulit, and community leaders. So sana mga kasama, If you heard the statement of our chief PNP before he assumed office or after he assumed office, sabi niya, a police officer is a symbol of authority in the street. We are the face of governance in the street. Whatever we fail to do in that particular area, that reflects of our organization, that reflects the kind of person we are, the kind of organization that we stand for, and the belief that we stood for. So, kinakailangan tayo bilang ehemplo, bilang mukha ng gobyerno sa kalsada, we should be exemplars. We should be first observers of decorum. Sa simpleng pananamit, hanggang sa pakikisalamuha sa ating mga kababayan. The small things, yes, but that matter to our people. Because remember, first impression last. And as leaders, we should do things that really, not to impress, but because that particular ethics is expected of us as leaders. Hindi ito pakitang tao lamang. It should come from within because we should develop empathy within ourselves so that the quality of service that we provide is beyond numbers because our heart is there every time that we provide service to our people. Malasakit, tapang at malasakit. So, yung quad natin, people will trust you if they've seen how trustworthy you are. So, doon sa quad natin, what is the initiator of the quad? Paano magsisimula yung operations natin para yung mga information kailangan natin, so with intel, paano natin masosolve yung mga kaso in case of investigation? First, you have to engage them. So the initiator of the policing system should be PCR. We should engage our people. Tell them that we are there, we are here to support them. We are their true public servants na tayo ay pwede nilang pagkatiwalaan. At dapat, beyond words, it should be felt, it should be seen by your deeds, by your actions. No amount of narratives could ever outweigh yung mga actions natin. Sabi nga nila, you do what you preach. Bawal manigarilyo, dapat hindi ka rin naninigarilyo. So that's basic form of leadership. Leadership by example. So mga kasama, walang mataas, mababang rangko sa ating organisasyon. Especially so when it comes to the delivery of service. You are there, a traffic enforcer, dapat you should do your job properly. You should be very strict, pero passionate in the enforcement of laws. At walang pinipili. So with that, mga kasama, again, gusto kong pasalamatan. We have a chief PNP that really cares for our ordinary policemen. Nakakaintindi ng damdamin because pinagdaanan niya ito. And now he is now our chief of the Philippine National Police and we should support them. Kayo rin. Our officers, soon, you will, kayo ang magmamana na organisasyon na ito. What is good sa ating organisasyon? This organization is very dynamic. Officers come and go. But PNP remains. So, tanungin mo sarili mo. When I become senior officers, when I become generals, ano bang gusto ko maging sa aking organisasyon? So, lahat tayo are contributory, regardless of rank, kasi we have our own individual tasks. Kaya nga meron tayong scorecards. The summation of the scorecard of 200,000 police officers and men comprises the entire dashboard of the Philippine National Police. So lahat tayo ay contributory sa accomplishment natin organisasyon. Huwag natin ipagkait yan. Dahil yan dapat ang ating gawin to contribute the best in our capacities for the goodness ng ating mga kababayan, ng ating organisasyon, ng ating bansa. So mga kasama, sana in everything that you do, always remember that people are seeing you, they're observing you, they're counting on you. please don't fail our people. Because they rely tayo. Kaya nga si Justicia nakapiring. Nakapiring dahil hindi tumitingin sa tao na sasangkot sa asunto, kundi sa ebidensya na pinagtutulong-tulungan ng bawat isa sa atin at ng mga na aggrieved parties para bigyan ng hustisya yung ating mga kababayan. So that's the beauty of our service. There is joy in public service. There is fulfillment in public service. So sana mga kasama, always remember that your officers may not be there beside you to always guide you. But we know what's wrong and what is right, what is bad and what's wrong. Alam natin yan. So I expect you to do what is right. What is right must be kept right, and what is wrong must be set right. Remember the word of the election? Alam natin yan. We are all professionals here. Wala tayong kung dito. Hindi tayo mga bata or kung saan galing. We are all professionals here. So I know, you know what is right and what is wrong. Please always stand by what is right. Because people will always look upon you as their leaders. Sana, let us not fail our people. Again to everyone, thank you very much, PD. Marlon, thank you sa mainit na pagtanggap. And again, may dala ako dito na galing sa region. And so with ito, yung sa ulat ng bayan natin, yung ating camera, para yung yung ating mga chief of police, you can have your quality products. And so for your ulat ng bayan, o ulat ng NDPD sa bayan, sa probinsya, at ulat ng mga hepe natin sa mga munisipyo. Pagtulong-tulungan natin ito at kaya natin ito. Remember, yung LCAC, yung ating EO70, that particular program will make our country more peaceful. Hindi ito, it's better to win the war without fighting a gun. So we should have the proper narrative para parating sa ating mga kababayan na patuloy na niloloko ng ating mga kaibigan na CTG na tama na. For the last 52 years, by December na sila, tama na. People, ang ating mga kababayan ay sawa na. Masyado nang marami ang nasayang na buhay at mga ari-arian. Huwag na silang manloko. Their lies and deceptions, we should have counter narrative against those and proper service to our communities, because those services are obligations ng ating gobyerno para iparating sa ating mga kababayan. And this time, government is moving. People are feeling what kind of government that we have. And ang magagawa ng pulis, napakalaki. Kasi tayo ay everywhere. Tayo ay may tao sa police station, may tao sa barangay, and we always deal with people because under the local government code, we are part of governance. So mga kasama, huwag natin ipagkait ito sa ating mga kababayan. They deserve the best. The best in everyone and everything of us. Pagkalob natin yan sa kanila. That way, trust is built. Tiwala, respeto, begets respect. Respect begets respect. Trust begets trust. So, ganun lang yun. Be leaders as you are. Stand by the creed that you have been standing for ever since you start the service. So sana mga kasama, this is not too much of us, because these are the expectations that people need to see from us as their leaders, as public servants. Lingkod bayan tayo. Huwag natin ipagkait yung tamang serbisyo sa ating mga kababayan. With that, thank you again. And to everyone, good morning.
Please, the PRO 5 Regional Director, Police Brigadier General Bartolome R. Bustamante.
Okay, ayan, binibigay na po yung face shield. Dito, may dalang face shield itong si General.
Ito yung
Yan, may
ginagamit
camera.
ko dito kaya maganda yung ano. Para sa panibagong pamamaraan para makarating yung mensahe natin sa ating mga babayan through social media. So you can make use of this. Okay yan. Thank you. Salamat.
Okay, yan po yung mga dala ni
Thank you, sir, for being with us today. Are we invited to proceed at the PBGEN 90 Conference Hall to be accompanied by our Provincial Director,